Over 200 Singapore police officers are trained to identify the deceased in the aftermath of mass casualty events like tsunamis. Local labs are also pioneering methods to better preserve bodies, offering grieving families the closure they deserve. But when the Indian Ocean tsunami struck in 2004, these capabilities were still limited, as Aslam Shah finds out.
Bodies swept away, broken and beyond recognition, leaving families to face a heart-wrenching question. Is my loved one gone, or is there still hope? This makes the work of Singapore's team crucial, though laborious. In some cases, it can take up to 2 years to return a loved one's remains to the family. It's a weight that tests both grief and hope. These two officers were part of the team sent to Khao Lak in 2004 after Thailand requested forensic assistance from Singapore. Today, they remain passionate about disaster victim identification, or DVI. Now, they train the next generation of officers, ensuring the vital work continues.
When we see the expression from the NOKs that receiving the bodies, and there's a sense of relief from them, that shows everything, that why we are so passionate in the work.
Unlike a plane crash where passenger records are available, the full scale of a tsunami's devastation remains unknown in the immediate aftermath. The search for the dead is relentless, with no clear end in sight. It challenges officers beyond their physical and emotional limits, forcing them to endure far more than they may have expected.
You know, my detectives are very garang police officer, right? But once we all stepped into the mortuary, how you felt? You can share how you felt.
All taken aback because of that the bodies were so many, and it really overwhelmed us. Yeah.
So you see, the guys are very, hardcore type, right? But once they see babies, it reminds them of their own child, and that's where that connection happens. It's not just a piece of job, it's real.
DVI was recognized as a critical capability for Singapore in 2004 in response to global events such as terrorist attacks and natural disasters. Beyond recovering and preserving body parts, labs must push the limits of technology to identify the deceased more swiftly and accurately. Forensic details like this bone fragment must be carefully processed before DNA can be extracted, unlocking vital clues for identification.
So this powdered sample goes through lab processes, and in about 1 hour's time, DNA extraction is completed. Now that's compared with about 24 hours in 2004. And all these came from a piece of bone recovered from the deceased. So a body sample combined with technology gives grieving families much needed closure.
DNA testing has made remarkable progress. In the past, it required close family records, such as those of parents, to confirm an identity. Today, even distant relatives spanning generations can help trace an unidentified person. During the 2004 tsunami, rapid decomposition was a significant challenge for officials. Experts like Dr. Sin are continually seeking innovative ways to better preserve body samples. Recent breakthroughs have pointed to a traditional method showing new promise.
Salt is an extremely good preservative, and what we have done is a validation study to show that whether it's tissue, bone samples, all can be preserved in salt for well over 2 years. No refrigeration needed. Chemicals, which are extremely expensive, and they limit the volume or the size of the sample you can work with. And then we thought, hey, haven't Chinese been eating salted fish for 2,000 years? So why don't we try salt? And that idea sort of just popped up.
From the disaster site to the lab, the goal is to provide clear, accurate information. For survivors who have lost everything, their homes, their loved ones, this clarity is often their only path to closure and healing.